Welcome to my grandpa's train. Today on the workbench, I'm going to show you what I came home with from the Title Town Trainshow. Now, the keen-eyed among you will notice that my workbench looks different, and that is because I cleaned it the other day for a very special video coming out soon, so you will want to stay tuned for that. The Title Town Trainshow happened this past weekend in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and as usual, I was there for both Saturday and Sunday afternoon. But usually I find the best prices on the second day, late in the day, when everybody's trying to clear out their inventory. And so I'm going to start with this here. This is a chassis for a Lionel steam locomotive. A while ago on my channel, I did a teardown of both a Lionel HO scale steam and diesel locomotives. And the steam engine I pulled apart was missing both the front and trailing trucks. And as you can see here, they are present on this frame, which is excellent. So now I will be able to finish this project in HO scale, so that will be coming out in the future. I have a few other things before that to do. So this was exciting because this was only $2, so the price was right, and it'll allow me to complete that project. All right, next up is this. This is the American Flyer number 15 Directronic Rectifier. On my American Flyer layout, I already have a conversion system to run my DC locomotive that I built out of a modern bridge rectifier, but I actually wanted one of these, and I hadn't been able to find one until now. So what this does is it will convert the AC voltage in from the transformer to DC voltage for my particular locomotive that requires that. And then it has the reversing control here. This is pretty neat, actually. This uses selenium rectifier plates. So each one of these plates acts as a diode. So later I will do a video on this by itself to test it out, see how it works. I won't be able to do that today. And I will compare it to the new one that I made. This is fascinating. This thing is actually huge. Here's the wiring underneath, all original cloth wiring. It appears to be in very good condition. So the top side of this will just need a little bit of cleaning, and it will be hopefully good to go. So let's see what I have in this bag. This will allow me to complete several projects. Okay, we have a pilot truck. This will work for a 310 project I have coming up. This is a smoke wick and element for my 282 steam locomotive project. These are rivets for a 312 and a rivet for a 977 caboose, trailing truck for the 312, link pin for my earlier 300 AC, which I broke, shouldered screws with flanges. I have replacement light bulbs. These are actually LED. These are for 18 volts, and they will be used in my transformers, my 9B and 8B. And I have 4 green incandescent lamps. Didn't want to get the LEDs, plus the light bulbs are cheaper. So we have replacement parts, all from Dale from Little Steamers. If you are interested in American Flyer parts, check out his website, littlesteamers.net, or look him up on eBay as well. All right, the last thing that I found at the train show I wasn't expecting to find. This is the American Flyer HO scale Hudson locomotive. This is a pre-war model dating from, I think, 1939 to 1941. This one has a prototype number on the side, 5313, 18, I'm not sure, I'll have to check. The other side is worn off. This locomotive is different because it actually runs on AC voltage, not DC, like the newer ones do. So this, like the S-scale counterparts, has a field coil motor. This one actually, when I will pull this out, later in its own video, you'll see that the motor is actually almost a pancake motor like the Tyco's used, but this is obviously much older. This also uses Bakelite drivers with brass rims. And then because of the gearing arrangement, it's spur gear drive, so I anticipate it to be a little bit more noisy, kind of like the Lionel locomotives. This one does not have smoke. This one also has a different reversing mechanism in the tender. Some of the HO ones and all of the American Flyer S-scale AC locomotives use a mechanical reversing unit with a solenoid and a drum. This one is different. This tender has a hole in the top, and that allows for manual reverse operation because this was actually a DC pulse reverse unit in this tender. And I'm not going to take it apart today, but I believe how this works is that it uses a DC pulse fed over the AC current on the rails, and when it sees that DC pulse, it automatically reverses direction. So I'm looking forward to taking this apart and getting it into operating condition again. Note that this one also has its American Flyer proprietary coupling system, which was probably before K-horns were invented, and they didn't have KD style couplers. Because this one is still in perfect condition, I'm going to leave it alone and see if I can put together an adapter car to adapt from the proprietary coupler to KDs.